All right, we are live. So welcome everyone. Today is Friday, which means it is our weekly Q&A day. I'm gonna go ahead and let Miss Frankie in here. If you are a member of our program, you can join by clicking the link in the description. You can also go to, let me show you here, several ways to get logged in. You can go to bridgetbartlett.com. And I have so many cool releases that I want to share with you guys, by the way. To access the Q&A, you can go to Contact and Weekly Q&A and then get logged in. You can also go inside of your resource area and you can access the weekly Q&A here. You can also go to the individual modules here. So if you are an affiliate, you just want to scroll down, and it's the same in every module, but you just want to scroll down to where it says Vision Support, and then the weekly Q&A, and then you can just get logged in. So let me make sure that no one else needs in here, and then I want to share with you some super cool updates I'm really, really excited about. Let's see here. Okay. So first things first, one super cool addition is now you can put your logo in the calendars. So you just want to go to a calendar if you have one already or you need to make one, and you'll see the place where you can add your logo there. So that's really cool. It shows up on your calendar, just another added feature. Something else, if you didn't notice, you can now create class calendars or event calendars. So the purpose of that is basically you have, someone hosting the event. So this would be like a webinar, or it would be like if you have like one-to-many classes, you want to have like, maybe 100 or whatever people booking inside the same class. You have the ability to do that now. I know that's something that a lot of people were waiting on. Something else, if you guys don't know, if you go to the marketing tab and you go inside of your emails, let's go ahead and create a new one. I'm just going to choose a blank one here. But you now have the Content AI writer inside of your emails. So if you're struggling to come up with content, you can click there and then it will actually write the content for you. So that's super cool. You also have that same function in the social media planner and inside the websites, the web builder, so the funnel and website builder. So that is cool. You also have, and let's see, you want to go to sites, and you will see here now you have the template library. Now, if you're an agency owner, and most of us are, you already could do this, but the difference is the sub accounts could not. So the agency owner could, of course, log in as the agency owner, and then they could go to the template library, and then you can select any of these and then load into the sub account. Now, though, the sub account has the ability to do that, not only for the funnel and website templates, but also the email templates and the social media templates. So that is crazy, crazy value. So to see the, I can't get in here on this account, but let me go to this other one here and I'll show you. So the social media templates, you just want to go to marketing and you want to, of course, be able to get in there. Then you can click new post and you'll see the social planner templates. So these are all basically preloaded, pre-created. If it loads, there you go. So you can scroll through here, and now sub accounts can do this as well. So some agencies may not want to do this. If your agency is set up and you're like, I don't want them having all this, I want them to pay me to do it. It's totally your choice, right? You don't have to have this turned on, but if you do want to have this turned on, it is in the company settings of your agency. Okay, so I love this because if you're a SaaS agency, you definitely, just like if you sign up for ClickFunnels, as the user, you have access to templates. It's a standard thing for SaaS to have these types of templates. Obviously, I don't know any other SaaS company that has all of these social media templates and things like that. But of course, HighLevel stands out among them all. You also can go to, let's see where the actual email templates are. I'm trying to remind myself. I think if you go here, create email template. Now I can't remember where those email, oh, maybe here, no. I'll have to dig around for them, but I do know that you have those email templates. Maybe one of you guys know. Yeah, I don't know. It's somewhere in here and I would have to dig around to find it, but we do. Oh, maybe here. Sorry. This is usually what I do when I'm alone and not live, driving everyone else crazy with like I get fixated. I gotta find it. Maybe maybe appearance or okay, yeah, okay. I'm
I
giving up.
thought I'm the only one who did that.
Yeah, totally me too. I get totally obsessed trying to find it. Okay, so somewhere you can also see those email templates. All right, I promise I'm moving on now. Affiliate workflow actions. Oh my gosh, so cool. So you know that we have an affiliate manager inside of each sub account has the ability to create their own affiliate management account. Okay, which means if you want to create an affiliate program for your own business, each sub account has the ability to use that. So this is basically like replacing First Promoter, or maybe if you were using like Pabbly subscription billing, now you can do that. But it got rolled out as like an MVP product, which is usable, but definitely not a full blown, like First Promoter. So what's really cool, before now you had to manually sign up affiliates and things, but now you actually in the automations, which you can see, they also adjusted the UI. So in the workflows, I actually got a little head on my list here, but now you'll see in the workflows, it looks a little bit different and you have these new options here. Okay, so that's really cool. But inside the workflows, and you'll also see this is different. So I'm going to start from scratch here. And then you'll see that we have the affiliate created trigger. Okay, so we can set now different actions to take place. And if you click here and search affiliate, of course, there are more. So add to affiliate manager, update affiliate, add to affiliate campaign, and then remove from campaign. So you can add all of these triggers inside of your automation, which is really helpful because if you maybe want to have all of your members automatically be signed up for your affiliate program, that's a real easy way to do that. You just build that into your onboarding workflow. Or of course you can have a separate form and then have them fill all that out and get it updated. So that is super cool. We were all excited about that. The affiliate billing portal is coming very soon. Either the end of this quarter or next quarter is what I was hearing. So that's really exciting. And what that is a place for your affiliates to log in, see how many times their links got clicked, and see what their commission is and all of that stuff, right? So also something so cool, I think Terry, you'll be excited about this as well. The ability to create, let's see here, let me get back into a demo account. The ability to create alternate emails, okay? This is so important. There are lots of times that people sign up, but then they want to receive their emails through a different email. But before it was really complicated because you would have to kind of make notes. And then if, maybe the account and everything was created with one email, but then maybe you're doing something else with another email, and then you'd have to it wouldn't like sync the conversations, and that it just got really confusing. And as your business grows, it will annoy you just like it did me. But now you have the ability to add an additional email. But what you have to do in the sub account is you have to go into settings and go into labs. And just FYI, when things are released from beta, they're released into the lab. And so each sub account can select whether they want to turn these things on. But to add this, all you need to do is toggle this over. And if you want to do that, you can do that too. But this one here will be live in 4 days, and this one will be live in 47 days, but you can turn it on in labs and have that ability. So what this means is now when you turn that on, you'll see this little pencil here, and then you can add an additional email. And then the email that you want to be the primary email, you can just toggle that on, right? So you just select it here. That way, no matter which email you receive that you're looking up the customer, it's going to be in the same profile. Okay, so numbers are coming soon, different phone numbers. That option is coming very soon. Okay, but right now we have the email. Super excited about that. Something else I want to tell you about. I told you guys it's a lot. Something else is the blogs. If you have a blog or you're creating a blog, let me get in here, you will see that you have the ability now to create custom fonts. And there are actually, you can have up to, like, I think it was 1,495 different fonts inside the blog builder now. So I know a lot of people are excited about that. If you have, some type of font that you've been dying to use. And then the most common used 10 that you're using will show up here in the search box. Something else, I already told you about the workflow enhancements. WhatsApp is coming very soon. I guess they just had a meeting with Meta, and Meta is Facebook and they own WhatsApp. And so they have basically worked out all of the documentation, all of that stuff. So definitely WhatsApp will be coming soon. That is something that is really popular. They're definitely HighLevel is branching out from the United States, and they are going international. So look for very soon lots of different options to change the language within your dashboard and the sub accounts, and each of the tools. Now everything, you'll have that ability to do the international. You'll be able to use that internationally. Also, one more thing that I did want to share with you is you will notice on your funnels now, let's go into a funnel page. Speed is crucial when you have a website. Okay. When someone lands on your link, you only have about 5 seconds to capture their attention, if that. So if your website takes 2 seconds or 3 seconds to load, now you've pretty much eaten up and given away that 2 to 3 seconds. And hopefully they still stayed around for it to load. Okay, so that is really, really important. And one of the ways that HighLevel is making the builder better is by now you have this image optimization, and you can enable that, and it will help your website speed. So before they just had images, but now this also includes the background images. So if you had something in the background and maybe your page was loading a little slower, this toggling this on will help that speed a lot. So that is the quick and dirty rundown there of all of the cool changes that have happened just in the last 2 weeks. Isn't that crazy? HighLevel is just, they're exploding. They're just taking over everything, and I love it. I love it.
I love it too.
I know, right? Terry,
wow.
I know. It's so crazy.
I feel like I've been gone a year or something. I'm like, dang, did I miss? Because I be looking at it too. Where's my camera? Come on, camera. My camera won't act right. No, all of a sudden it won't act right.
Yeah, that second email, that was my favorite thing of everything that I just said.
Bridget, I got a question on the social media. So I was trying that. Once you pull it in, it don't save it, or you have to activate everything at one time. Like, you have to put the whole, like, schedule the whole month out with those?
Yeah.
Yeah. I came back and it was gone. I'm like, wait a minute, I know I pulled it in.
When you pull it in, that's just the first step. And then once it'll say in progress. And then once it loads, it'll say review and schedule. And then you click review and schedule. And basically you're just confirming that. And then you just say import and then schedule.
And then I'll put all those in, or just the ones
I choose? All of them. Yeah. All of them on the CSV.
And then it has to be a page or a group. I didn't go.
It can be any social. If you can connect it to the planner, it will post to that.
Copy that. All right.
One thing to notice though is Twitter is a little funky with their size. I typically, if I'm choosing just a one size, I'll do the 1080 by 1080 because that's great for Facebook. It's great for Instagram, most of the platforms, and LinkedIn. It's great for them too. But Twitter, their images, sometimes that will look funky. So that extra step makes me not even want to use Twitter, to be honest, just because you have to like resize. It's like a whole separate thing for Twitter. But Twitter has done a lot of changes in the last year, and so maybe it looks better. So if you have a Twitter account and you want to check it out, test it out and just make sure. But you can also preview in the planner what it's going to look like on each platform. Do you know how to do that?
Say that one more time.
To preview the posts, what it's going to look like on each platform.
Yeah, you just when it shows it on the side.
Yeah.
Couple things. I was just trying to think off the quick. So I did what you said with the groups. Phenomenal. Oh, Elmer's, I'm loving it. It's like I've been gone for a year from here. I'm like, I got to get back to my community. What was the question I wanted to ask you? I've been trying to get to HighLevel because I'm losing data. People, when they join my system, and when I go to text, some of them been removed and I haven't removed. I talked to you about that before, and I put a ticket in and they looked at everything, but it's still happening. So I have to have people go and rejoin the form again and go back into the system so I can have them part of my system. Have you ever experienced that? I mean, it's like mind-boggling.
I feel like I have not, but I feel like it has to have something to do with the automations. A lot of times there are multiple ways of doing things. And just for example, the acknowledgement of a booked appointment. If you select it in the calendar and then you build it into your workflow, they're going to get 2 emails. Right. So I feel like it has to have something to do with your automations somewhere. But I mean, without like really diving in and testing a bunch of things, it would be hard to tell. But I would follow back up with HighLevel. And I would also send them, I don't know if you sent a video, but sometimes video is just so much better because it helps them be very clear what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then they can, it's just better to track down the problem. I know for me too, like when you guys send me a video, I'm like, oh, that's easy to, and then that's an easy thing. But sometimes someone will say, this doesn't work. And I'm like, I don't know what, I don't know what to do with that, but yeah, definitely video is so much better. So I would send them that, show them how it's disappearing and maybe the automations or whatever, so that they have all the knowledge that they have to dig into your account and see if they can.
Yeah, maybe because I got so many automations now. I got voice drop automations I am loving the automation stuff. So it's like I'm getting better and better with that. But once again, I just go into my video profile, the videos you put out there, and I just, okay, that's something new. So I haven't been here, guys, a lot, but I've been in video watching the replays and stuff. So I'm really excited about all the new stuff. So.
I was just thinking about you the other day and I was like, I haven't seen Terry a lot. That means Terry must be busy and I love it.
Bridget, it's like, OMG, I'm in the process at the next conference that I'm gonna have me like a little section showing the HighLevel system.
Good.
So we're really pretty excited about that.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
So, yeah, I appreciate it all came from here, and then taking action, what you're saying, and the part of taking, but to have that guide to take action and knowing that you have a reference to fall back on makes it less fearing to do. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm thinking about my knowledge of what I know now with automations and emails, and I'm like, wow, compared to where I was last year, night and day.
Good.
And I owe that out to Miss Bridget. I appreciate this platform that you created for us. It's powerful.
Well, my pleasure, because I get to do what I love and it just happens to help other people. So that's super, super cool and exciting. So I'm glad it's working out good for you. Anybody else? Anybody have questions? How's the week going? Any struggles? I did want to comment on something that you said, Terry, because I was just talking to someone who was not sponsored by me, but had messaged me and was having some issues with the domain. Oh, and that just reminded me, I want to show you something about email sending domains. But she said, I almost quit using HighLevel because I felt like I was not techie enough. And I had to remind her, you don't have to be the master of everything. You just have to have a network of people that you can reach out to when you have problems. So definitely that's a good point. But if you guys ever get overwhelmed, definitely. And that's another part of why building this community was so important, because you don't just have me, you have all of the other people too, and so many different levels of experience and all of that. So it's really super cool that we all have this as well. Let me show you something real quick. Just while it's top of mind for me, I want to show you that I get a lot of questions, and I notice this a lot when I'm doing the setups, that people, sometimes you enter in the records of your sending domain into the system. Let me get into something else that I can use here. But you enter the records for Lead Connector into like GoDaddy or Namecheap. Those are the two that I'm seeing a lot that people are struggling with. And then you enter them all in, and you enter them incorrectly, but for some reason it's like not verifying. So I want to show you a little tip to help you with that, because you actually have to remove something. So let me get it here. I'm going to show you here, because I definitely don't want to forget. So I'm going to go in here now. I just added this domain, right? So you type in the domain and you get all of these records. Okay. Now on Bluehost, you just paste it just like you normally do. Okay. Or just like it says here, you just create a TXT record, you copy and paste this info. But if you're using GoDaddy or Namecheap or any other one, and you're like, I entered them in exactly and it's not verifying, what you need to do is remove the dot and then the root domain from the record. So what you're going to do here is you would just go back to your records and then just make sure to delete the dot and then the domain. So in this example, what I would want to do for the host, I would just want to copy this part and then paste it there. And then of course this value. And then here for this TXT record, I'm just going to choose this word test or whatever it is before the dot and then your root domain. And then same here, and then same here, and same here. Okay. So that is something, honestly, because I use Bluehost, I never even knew was an issue until I started doing the setups. And then I noticed that some of those registrars do not like it like this, and they want you to remove that. So if you are using one of those and you're struggling, you're like, it is not verifying, I copied it all, remove the root domain from those records, and then it should verify.
I got a question on that, Bridget, which I haven't done yet, which I'm gonna do that probably this weekend, setting up my send out mails, because I'm using Lead Connector for my mailing. And I haven't went in there and put my domain, my mailing domains I created to, because right now it's big, long, and MGRG, the little domain you have to put in there, which I could put anything in there because it's going to tie it to the MGRNG root. Yeah. How do you got a video on that? So we don't got to go, I can just go and watch it. I just watch that video and read it.
And actually I just went over this Tuesday.
Okay.
So check out in the knowledge base, there's a branding series that I did this week.
Oh, I remember seeing that.
So yeah, it's video 2. I went through, but also in your onboarding, I go through that as well. What registrar are you using?
Cloudflare. Yeah.
Okay. So you probably won't have to remove the root domain. I don't recall ever having that issue. So Bluehost and Cloudflare, you paste it in just like it shows, but GoDaddy Namecheap, you have to remove that root domain to get it to verify.
Yeah, I was using Namecheap. Well, I use Namecheap to get all my domain names, but I forward everything to Cloudflare.
Yeah.
Cool.
And remember, you need one for your agency. You need different sending domains, one for the agency, and then one for each subdomain.
Yep.
So if you're using the same root domain, it can be like office dot your domain or email dot your domain or whatever you want it to be.
I remember you, and then you showed me how to make without having that be on my main domain. I had to do the one part first and then redo it again with the www part.
Yeah, that's for the connecting the domain. But for the email sending domains, that's what you want to do. You want to just make sure that that beginning part is different for your agency and your sub account.
Copy that.
Hey,
Will
Bridget,
do.
Yep.
can you hear me? It's Janai.
Yes, I do.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm right behind Terry here. I'm catching up. I have a platform I'm putting together for new business that I'm a part of, and I want to do an onboarding piece for them.
Mhm.
And with that domain, so I want them to have like their own agency for their business,
Mhm.
and a membership area to where it'll walk them through, not so much go high level, but the business part, steps that we go through.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering, my question is, for those people who aren't techie and don't want to get their own domain name,
Mhm.
which is best to do? Is it best to do my agency domain, or like, would it be a subdomain off of my agency, or do I need a whole separate domain? And I have one for my lead connector for the email is separate from my agency one too. So I got a little turned around on that.
Yeah, each sub account should have their own domain. But one thing a lot of agencies do is they will get access to the registrar, just like I do when I do the setup. I have them, invite me to their registrar, and then I just do it all. Another option that you have is you could purchase it for them as part of their membership, which I mean, it's like $8. And so a lot of times you'll do, like, if they don't have one at all, you can just do something similar, or maybe the name and then do like .io or .net or something like that. So it's not, if they already have it and they just don't want to do something with it, or what. I mean, you have different options there. I love the idea of just doing it myself, because it takes a lot longer to try to explain to someone who has like never, maybe they bought their first domain and they're like, I don't know what to do with this. And I get it because I've been there before, where you're like, what is this record stuff I'm supposed to do? So if it's better for you, if you think it's easier, which I think it's easier, just kind of maybe have a quick video, or you can actually, like I do in the onboarding, I have links to their website with like, here's the instructions to invite me to your registrar if you're using Namecheap. Here's the instructions if you're using Cloudflare or GoDaddy or whatever they're using.
Oh, to go directly into their GoDaddy or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's much easier. With Bluehost, they don't have the option to invite, but you can just get their login credentials if they're using something that doesn't have that. But most do have the option to for someone to, like, for you to invite someone to manage your domains.
And you have a video on how to do that too?
I don't think that I have a video, but let me find in the training here. If you go in the onboarding where it says, let me share my screen here, where it says to invite, because there are different instructions for every registrar. But like, let's go to the onboarding, give access to the registrar. You'll see here that there are instructions for these. And all I did was just simply take it from their website and put the instructions there. So that's easier, because if they ever update the way they do things, if they're going to update their own website. But that's what I did. I just like,
Okay.
Here's Namecheap, here's the instructions, here's GoDaddy. Here's the instructions on how to do that.
Okay.
So that's what
is that in on your site?
In each of the modules for onboarding, since you're an affiliate, you just go to the affiliate, and then you'll go to give access to registrar, and then that's where the instructions are.
Cool. Thank you.
Those are the most popular ones. That's why I have those there. But of course, if you start noticing that your clients are using something else, what I would do is create those instructions for yourself, or just Google, on their website, how to invite to whatever it is. Because like I said, most of them do have that option.
Okay.
Right? Oh, you're muted. There you go.
Yeah. I have a wasted morning. I've been on 2 hours and 20 minutes with Bluehost now. They're trying to straighten out something that they can't figure out. So I've got a dual screen here going on. But let me ask you, if you know, I have the $97 plan, and we determined that there were 2 sub accounts available. Well, I went in, I guess I did the wrong thing. I went in and added one of my clients' sub accounts. I went to Bluehost and bought his domain for him, and it was in, you know, he had to enroll everything, and I put it under my name and my first name, last name, company name, and all that. So it's a second domain that I own.
Mhm.
Well, somehow they have messed it up. My original domain, my company domain for me is gone. I can't log in, and it's out there, you know, the domain is out there, but I can't edit it. So they're working on it right now, and I'm looking at them, and it's been almost 2.5 hours. So maybe I did something wrong, but it was just really crazy. They had to go through the validation team, and they had to send me some validation numbers so I could continue and adding the cPanel and all that. But it shouldn't be that hard. I don't know what in the world is going on.
Yeah, you actually shouldn't even be having to deal with the cPanel at all, because you're not hosting it there.
Well, I am hosting it.
I mean, you're not hosting, like, are you building a website
Yes.
with Bluehost
Yes.
or HighLevel? You are building a website on Bluehost and not HighLevel?
I didn't know I had the option.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, that's okay. I want to be clear so that I know what to
I
tell
didn't
you.
do it on purpose. I thought I had to. I thought I had to go get purchase the domain and purchase the hosting plan. So that's the whole problem, the hosting plan.
So the thing is I think that there must be a miscommunication with what Bluehost thinks you're trying to do, because what you really, and maybe it would help to clarify that to them, what you're really trying to do is just add records. You want to host the domain on Bluehost. You just want to point the A records and the C name and all of that to HighLevel. So everything is being hosted and managed through Bluehost, but being pointed to HighLevel.
Right. Yeah. And I thought that was the only way to do it. And so they said, well, what kind of plan do you want? You got a basic plan and all these other plans. And so I chose the right plan, and they said, okay, give us your credit card and we'll let you have the domain, and you will buy the domain and buy the hosting plan. And so it's been confusion for forever. The technician is in chat right now with me. And he says, it's just taking time. Just be patient. The system is still processing. But it's just killing me, because I had questions I wanted to ask about that once I connected it all up. But I'll delay those questions until later.
So let me just pull up a domain here in Bluehost, and let me just run through a few things.
Yeah, that'll help.
Just to maybe something I say will trigger like a light bulb or something. We go in here. So when you have these domains here, so you can see here on all of my domains, I have lots of them, right? So if I want to, let me just choose this one here. I think I'm not.
Okay, let me stop you right there.
Okay.
After what's happened today is my domain is not on here. My original domain, it's gone. And they said, oh, it's just going to take time to connect both domains. And I said, is it because I logged in with the same name and company name and everything, and paid with the same credit card for both? And they said, no, that's not it.
Yeah, I log in with the same domain, and and what you're doing is you're logging in but you create your Bluehost account, right? And then all of your domains, like I use the same payment, I use the same login, everything is the same when I log into Bluehost. And
Right.
then when you purchase those domains, they should just be listed here.
So when I go to this page that you have, I only have the new domain for my client, and that's all.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not sure what happened there. But when you do get them both added, then all you want to do is just like each of these are separate. So if you want to, for example, if you're using like this domain here, you just want to go in there, manage, and then you'll see in the DNS, like it's right now it's being hosted. We're not changing the name servers, right? We're just keeping them with Bluehost because that is who's hosting the domain. Okay, so everything that we do to this domain, it's going to be through Bluehost. We're not changing this. Okay. Now, for example, like Terry was saying, he purchases his domain at Namecheap and then he changes the name servers to go to Cloudflare. But what we are doing, what you and I both do, is we just want to host with Bluehost. So these are not going to change. Okay. And then with HighLevel, all you're going to do is like now this root here, you just want to point it to HighLevel's a record. Then you want to do the WW and point that there. And then everything that you're doing, all the records and everything that you're adding to this specific domain are going to be here. And then once you add the records here, then you go to HighLevel, and then it basically, you just type it in and then it should recognize it once it's propagated.
Right. Okay. Well, that short explanation confirmed what I was doing, and that helps. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. But I will say, if you need support, Bluehost is the best by far that I have experienced. I've been with Bluehost for, I don't know. It was the first place I went to buy a domain. I think for our lawn care business, that was like more than 8 years ago. So I have no complaints with Bluehost at all. And I, especially in the beginning, I had to contact them a lot. So if there's any support you need, definitely the best place to go. So they should get you taken care of, even if it is frustrating.
It is.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else have questions? No? Anybody struggling with
I have
them?
a quick question.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. I'm wondering about the affiliate program. If you have a bunch of licenses for CloudKey products, that actually put it on a different layer. And I'm now, I could be potentially overthinking this, but you know, my goal, I'm still working on the front end of having a little mini plan for people to be able to get the CloudKey products as a bundle, and you know, have different price points. And then the front end, I'm still working on a snapshot for that. But now I'm thinking about, wouldn't it be cool to be able to have those bundle prices and then an affiliate program to go along with it as well?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I have one. I highly recommend it. I mean, I just heard Sean Clark, you know, the founder of HighLevel. I just heard him the other day talking about affiliate programs are the absolute best ways to get leads to a business, because it's not just an ad, it's an actual referral that you're receiving. So that's miles better than just someone clicking on an ad. But you also, when you have, you know, attract people who love what you're doing, now they can earn money by sharing. So, but I will say one thing though. What I have done that has been really, really great is I require a testimonial video to sign up for my affiliate program for a couple of reasons. Before, and most of the time people sign up for affiliate programs, they're never going to do anything. If it takes any of your time whatsoever, that's just a burden to you and not really beneficial. But if you have that kind of like that extra step they have to do, then it shows their initiative and they're more inclined to promote the links and things like that. Plus, testimonial videos are excellent. Plus, why would you want someone to be an affiliate unless they have great things to say about your business, you know? But yeah, I mean, if you, for example, if you're reselling the licenses, you know, and you, let's say 100 for 197, and someone can earn 30% commission, you're still making, you know, $140 a month, and they're making $60 a month. So yeah, it's a really great way.
And you, is your front end your website, or do you have a? I mean, what is your actual front end for? What is that? I'm a little confused because I see Bridget Bartlett and then the visionary one. So what's your funnel?
Let me show you here. So what I like to do on social media is I like to send everyone to bridgetbartlett.com.
Okay.
And this is just my main, like, and, you know, of course, this is all like warm or hot traffic. You know, if you click my link, it's because you saw a video or you saw my profile or something like that. So to join the program, you click here. Okay. So before I say that, though, you can also click here and then register for the free training and tools, right? So that goes to my knowledge base where they can register for the tools. So that's like the free thing. Okay. So this pops up if you try to escape out of the page. So it's just a way of saying, okay, you're not ready to sign up. How about free stuff?
Is this a Go High Level? Is this a Go High Level template here that you created?
Yeah, I only use the HighLevel builder.
Okay, because I thought I was a little confused with you were talking earlier about your domain being hosted at Bluehost, which is not a Go High Level, right? So what domain is being hosted at Bluehost?
So when you want to use a domain, you have to purchase it from a registrar, and then that is the registrar where your domain stays. But what you want to do is point those records to HighLevel so that you can connect them to, you know, the email system, websites.
Yeah. Okay, I got that. I just thought that you actually had something hosted at Bluehost, not pointed. No. So okay. So this is a Go High Level. Yeah.
Yes. So I have these two options right here, right? So they can join for free, or if they want to become a member, they can click here. Okay. Now there are two options to join. If you are not a current HighLevel member, or you are a current HighLevel member, because the way that, and David, we're both elite partners, so we have the ability to resell the licenses, which is excellent. That is a great bonus for HighLevel agencies because we're adding to their value stack, right? The reseller licenses as opposed to the tools. So the only elite partners have the ability to do that. So if they are not a HighLevel member, they click here, and then I basically have the same website. It's just formulated a little differently. So you can see as we scroll down here, you know, I'm explaining the licenses. You know, I talk about all the bonuses and all of that stuff. And then when we get down here, it says choose your HighLevel plan. So each of these buttons are my affiliate link. So I'm just explaining to them, you know, everything that they get, and then already have HighLevel, click here. Okay, so that's one way they can get to the other site in case they click the wrong button. If they already have HighLevel and they want to join, our program and get all of the reseller, you know, the tools and the licenses and all that stuff, you'll see it's basically the same website. It's just when you go down here, we have the reseller opportunities. So what I do here is, since they already have HighLevel, they're going to pay for the licenses, and then I'm still going to do the same setup with the snapshot and all of that stuff for them.
Okay.
And then of course, if they chose the wrong one,
that's super helpful. You know, so you've put it together in a way that's super easy to follow. Yeah, I love it. Thank you for showing me that, because I was confused exactly how you were doing it, and this is a great I can model it a little bit after this. Yeah, this was, you know, how long have I been with HighLevel? Almost 2 years now, but this took me to this point to really fine tune. And, you know, every time you create a website or a system like that, you want to take all the questions that people ask, especially if it's a frequently asked question, and then just keep
fine tuning and try to figure out, how can I answer this question without them asking? How can I answer the question with my system instead? Because one, it takes my time to answer, but two, it also takes their time. I mean, they're ready to buy. If they have questions, that's going to make them not buy. That's going to make them kind of put off when they're not ready, and, all that. So that system has been definitely, this is the reason I'm branching off to another brand, in addition, not leaving, but in addition, because I basically, with this system, I don't have a lot of questions. I do my live training. This part of it takes me about 2 or 3 hours a day. So yeah. Hey, Frankie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Looking at the sheet or page that you just brought up to explaining where to log in, there's a pop-up menu of you with certain buttons that, say join me and et cetera, et cetera. For someone new coming in and they fill out this form saying, I want to, be a member, and they close it, there's some kind of warning there that says something like, are you sure you want to do this? Because you won't be able to get it back if you do close it out or whatever. So I'm wondering if you
Oh, I know what you're saying. Like the onboarding checklist when you got to
where that pop-up menu is of you. Yeah.
Mhm.
So what happens how do you not get it back, I guess is what I'm saying, if someone joins you and then, they don't know what to do with that choice.
Well, that is something that I just embedded into the agency for just onboarding. So the goal of that would be for them to go through the checklist, and then it should go away. The reason it should go away is because there are other things in the bottom right-hand corner that, as you start using the tools, that gets in the way. When I first did it, I had it set to where it wouldn't disappear, it would stay there. But then I started getting feedback, and people are like, oh, that button's in my way. And it was in my way too. So that was annoying. So now what you can do is just, when you're done using that little checklist, you can just do dismiss. Now, if you ever want it back, all you really have to do is clear your cookies and cache, and it will appear again.
Repeat that, please. All you have to do is what? I didn't quite hear that.
Clear your browser history
Okay.
and your cookies and cache,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
and that will make it show up again.
I understand. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? No. Anybody struggling with anything? Any next week? Ray says yes. Ray, you pulled all your hair out. What is happening?
I just got a thing that a while ago I said, are we still going? He said, yes, the system is still processing. And then just now he said, thanks for waiting. Since the system is still in process, you can log in using your domain, the new domain, and click go to my site, and you should be able to upgrade the hosting there. It might take 24 to 48 hours before you upgrade. And so I sent him a note. Can I please get a copy of our chat today? And so he said, sure. But I'm online and I go to that, and I've got this great big yellow warning sign that says something has happened and you cannot go to the site. Please, before you add any cPanel hosting, which I don't want to do, please verify your account by calling the verifications department again, which I already have done. So they're sending me in a circle. This is, I guess it's just an anomaly. Everybody else is having great time with Bluehost, but Bluehost and I are not getting along very well.
Yeah, I feel like, I swear, I feel like there's some type of miscommunication, because you should not even be needing access to the cPanel. And I'm not really sure why they're even going down that route. But when I log into Bluehost, and let me log out here and I'll show you, you can, and what it sounds like he's trying to tell you to do is to log in here. You can go to my.bluehost.com, and then you can click here. See how it says you can use your domain name to log in?
Right.
So maybe try to type in that domain name. Like you can see Bridget or visionmarketinganddesign.com is my domain name. And then I have my password here. So maybe that's what he's saying. So type in one or both of the domains. It should actually be the domain that your account is created under, should be fine.
Yeah.
But try that there. And then, of course, if you don't remember your password, choose forgot password, or maybe try to log in with Google and see if that helps. But yeah, I feel like there must be some kind of miscommunication with that cPanel issue.
Oh, yeah.
Because that should be irrelevant. Like the cPanel is like, we're not even touching anything like that. We're only really in Bluehost, just creating the email and then adding the records to the domain. So yeah.
So this guy just sent me another message. After 28 to 48 hours, you can log into your domain and then go to my site and then add hosting there.
Yeah, because see, you shouldn't ever have to go to my site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll figure it out, or throw it all away and start over. I don't know.
Well, if you have a free private consultation, don't you have one? You can book that and I can help you. We can walk through it and see if I can help you solve the problem. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Anybody else have anything before I let you go?
I got one more question if no one else has anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I created a snapshot, but I need to update it with the membership area. Is that possible?
Yes.
And
I am so glad that you brought that up, because there's something new with snapshots too that I want to show you here. So this will be, let me go into the agency here. Let me grab these snapshots. Okay, so let me share this first. What they just created now is the ability, we always could share, right? But now when you click share, you actually have two additional options, okay? Before it was always you get the one-time share link, so that only works once. You can email it, or you can get a permanent link, like if you're gonna put it in a membership area or something, you can get the permanent link. But now you have the ability to restrict the snapshot. So if you want to share it, but you don't want anyone else to have the ability to reshare it, you can actually lock this down according to the location. So if you want to lock it down to an agency location, you just choose that, and then you put in the agency relationship number, which can be found in the company profile, or you can do the sub account location. Okay, so that's just a new thing. In case you guys didn't know that. But to answer your question, what you want to do is when you update your snapshot or the account that contains your snapshot, you can actually refresh it by clicking here, and then it will actually refresh. Now, inside of your agency, if you want to push those updates to different sub accounts, you can click here. And you'll see I don't have any sub accounts linked to this, but you could select, let me see if I can find one here. I'm kind of afraid to do this because I don't want to show any. Actually, I don't think that if I don't think it, okay, yeah, it doesn't expose anything. But so when you do that and you have it loaded into accounts, you'll see that it shows all the accounts that have that snapshot. And then what you can do is click next, and then you can go through each of the things and decide if you want to update them. Okay, now if it's just one thing, of course, you don't want to get duplicates of everything. So what you can do is skip all, and then you can go to the specific, for your example, the membership products. And let's say that this was the one that I wanted to add to the snapshots. Then I just select that, and then I click proceed, and it'll say, are there any conflicts or whatever? And it'll say probably no. And then you just click proceed. So that's how you want to push that to. So you refresh, and then you do push.
Okay.
If it's a link that you want to share, you will have to update the link because it changes it.
I got a quick question based on that.
Yeah.
just like, you know how when you try to do a snapshot and say you got over 100 funnels and you can I take that part where the funnels in and skip that? Will it allow me to do it then? Oh, that's
So
just for updating though, not for pushing snapshots.
yeah, so to actually create a snapshot, you have to have less than 100.
Ah.
I know. I hope that they change that because I know. But I also think that that's less of a problem now because we have the ability to give the sub accounts access to all of those website templates. Another solution that I have found is I just created like a separate snapshot for all of the templates, and it doesn't have workflows. It doesn't have all of that. It just has the templates. So it's like you have basically 2 different snapshots. Or you could always delete whichever ones you don't want to add in there and do like 90.
Yeah, I don't want to get rid of nothing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that does stink. I hope that they exceed that limit because, yeah, that's not cool. But yeah, that's the options for now, though.
copy that.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything?
No, I just have a comment. It's not even about this. It's just about people being kind and generous to other people. And a little quick story, my neighbor, we have another neighbor that towards the end of her life at 99, this other neighbor had been her friend and took care of her, helped her a lot. And some of my own caregivers went and helped her to help her remain out of a nursing home. Well, the neighbor passed and she left the house to my neighbor, to the other neighbor. It's a
Wow.
$300,000 value. She just left it in her will to this lady. And the lady was like, I wasn't helping her to get anything, but just the fact that this lady was so kind because she really lived her life towards the end at 99 in her own home. And that was generosity. So for all the things they say about this world, people are still kind and generous and are willing to give of each other without expecting anything. But it's nice when you get something. But still.
Yeah, I love to hear kindness being rewarded. Just like I was telling you, the reason I did this whole, this other brand is the tornado that we experienced a couple weeks ago, because when you see such a devastation, I'm blessed enough that our house wasn't touched, we're all fine. But my neighbors and some of our customers for our local business, just complete devastation, and just seeing it in real life as opposed to just seeing it on the news. And then the overwhelming response right away from everyone all over the country, sending like money and donations and semis rolling in, and, and then our local high school, they had filled up all the school buses and everybody, went to all the locations to help them clean up. It has just been the most beautiful thing I have ever experienced in my life.
Yes.
So beautiful. And that it makes me want to be a part of that.
Yes, it is. So,
but you're right. It's sometimes it's an ugly world, but when you can see those glimpses of kindness and all of that, it's definitely gives you hope.
Needless to say, she's very excited because everything in the house was left also to her. She's finding coins from the 1800s and all kinds of stuff.
That's awesome.
It was such a blessing because this neighbor is our neighborhood help everybody. When I've needed help, she's come in to help me. So she's our neighborhood help for everybody on the block. So I'm pleased.
Like she deserves it then. So that's good.
Yeah, so happy. But just to say that generosity and goodwill is still alive.
Amen. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. It's always nice to hear. Anybody else have anything before we go?
The wheel.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah, you got to put my name in there twice.
Terry's out. No, if you miss a couple of weeks,
Okay.
My name gets added twice.
You got to ask. Closed mouth don't get fed, right? I'm just going to ask.
Sometimes people ask me things and I'm like, really? But then also I'm like, I love the fact that you just asked. Yeah. It's like, maybe it's ridiculous, but I love that you asked, because it's true. You just never know if you don't ask. Let's see, we have Frankie. Okay, so tell me, make sure I have everything. Oh, Jenna. Oops. Okay, here we go. So I have, you guys tell me if I'm missing anyone. David, Maria, Ray, Ricky, Terry, Janai, Frankie, and Jenna. Anybody I'm missing? Okay, let's spin the wheel. Here we go.
I helped Janai get in here.
I will take that consultation.
All right. All right. I'll send you the link as soon as we're done. All right. Thank you all so much for joining me. And next week we're going to talk, we're going to basically create a whole snapshot for churches. And that's what we're going to build next week. So great niche, by the way. Lots of churches need marketing. So if that is something that you're interested in, also churches, that same process is basically the same as almost any local business. So even if that's not your niche, you can definitely, it's the process is what we're going to talk about. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.